welcome to a 9/11 podcast. I am your host, Michael, along with fellow cohorts
Ryan,
Benson,
Alex.
This week's episode, we're going to be obviously talking about some viewer email, voicemail, beer of the week. Ryan will have another Bitcoin update. Yes. I don't know why we still have those.
Yeah,
why do those still exist?
We're not tired of those at all.
We got a debate.
All right, I'll go first.
Oh, okay, you're going to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see how that goes. Oh no, you got to put it on the top. You got to put the block on the top.
Oh, yeah, I forgot.
So, anyways, we'll have a Teach Me with Alex about ping pong. I'm going to have a try hard segment about mourning a certain event that happens around this time of year.
I haven't heard anything about any of that.
I don't know. Top 3 movies and top 5 most wanted. So we're going to start off. If you want to contact us, you can call us at 218-666-8407, or you can email us at podcast@tipping40s.com. The first email I wanted to mention is from Ian Campbell. He decided to send us a picture of his even less healthy mac and cheeseburger.
We'll put this up on the website so others can view it.
He says that it could have up to 4,000 calories in it.
That's the most disgusting.
That's by the way, that is 2 days worth of food for an adult.
What is in it?
It has burger, mayo.
Mayo?
Why does it need mayo?
Because, it needs some more fat to balance out the fat. And then a mac and cheese. That's what it is.
Does it even need the lettuce or tomato or other garnishes?
Wouldn't mayo make that taste worse, though?
Yes. No, what they do is they put some zesty
It's like a layer spread or something.
So it tricks your palate.
Yeah.
So you put a bunch of acid in it, but it's just more fat and calories. We're fucked up.
As a side note, I hate when people put mayo on burgers. Mayo is for poultry, not for red meats.
Oh, you can have mayo with
I like
bacon,
it on
BLTs?
Yeah,
Wow.
BLTs, it's pretty awesome. I could do avocado, which I know is not kosher in this.
I don't like avocado, but
I love avocado.
All right, we got a lot of shit to talk about.
Yeah, we do. So, voicemail.
we got a voicemail.
Hey guys, just wanted to chime in. You asked last week about landlines. Our house does have a landline. It's actually connected to our main phone plan. The only time it's actually really come in use is during power outages. That's about it. Anyways, good luck on the podcast. Love the Let's Plays.
Yeah, so I totally stand by that. I mean,
Landlines.
He's right. I mean, yeah, I can see that. I mean, during a power outage.
Yeah, if the tower goes out, then you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, but there's not a whole lot of circumstances where I've ever went, man, I wish I had a landline.
Never.
I think
no, sending a fax maybe. That's about it.
I will say, if you have just an analog landline, they sound about 100 times better, though, than a cell phone or any
they sound
digital
better, but
phone.
They sound better, but why does it matter?
I think landlines are going for basically businesses.
You can understand what people are saying.
And even those are going to
voice.
VoIP and stuff.
Yeah, it's way cheaper to do VoIP.
Yeah. Do we have another one? I thought we had 2.
Well,
that's
the other one is way too long, and it's
borderline incoherent.
Yeah.
So,
you guys, when you call, a lot of you guys have really terrible phones, like your reception or something.
That's why they need a landline.
They need a landline. That's what it is.
I wonder if the guy called on his landline.
Maybe.
Yeah, call our Google Voice number on a landline.
Yeah.
So, what's next, Mike?
Next is Beer of the Week.
Which is?
This is fucked up. The Beer of the Week is Breckenridge Oatmeal Stout. It is pretty delicious. I mostly got it because I'm cooking chili today for football. And it's a nice dark beer. Has it's kind of mealy.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how oatmeal-y is it?
I'd say it's middle. It's not too.
Because I've had some beers which are like just oatmeal. It's like oatmeal in a fucking.
Yeah, there's no Quaker Oats guy on the cover of it, but it does have some. Yeah, what a weirdo.
How much?
Fuck the Quakers.
How much alcohol in it?
Actually, that's a good question. Let's see if I can find it on here.
No, I think we've already picked. This is the second Breckenridge beer we've picked.
4.9%. So it is extremely smooth. You can't taste the alcohol at all on it.
So they're the first brewery to have 2 beers for us.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I gotta say, we suck at this game.
Yeah,
this thing's so jacked up. This won't last long. But we're gonna go to our Bitcoin update. So
okay,
trying to do 2 things at once is tough. Huh?
See, So Bitcoins, they've been in a downward spiral for a while now. Spiral. Downward pile.
Are
now.
you talking?
Yeah. Apparently the other day, some goons on the Something Awful forum, which we are members of, decided to inject some JavaScript on the BitcoinTalk.org website, which is their main forums. And they basically put a bunch of pop-ups of Bill Cosby and stuff. It was kind of funny. But the real thing that's funny about it is that the Bitcoins dropped almost $2 because they did that. So,
well, they should, because it shows there's no security
Yeah, it
for
shows
that
that
shit
they
at
have very
all.
poor security.
pretty funny.
So
That's about it. They're going to be dead within 2 months.
Okay, that's your
good.
that's your book. That's your booked prediction. So let's
All right,
see
so yeah, put it on the map. It's
Okay.
going to be, let's see, November 11th. He says they'll be dead by November 11th.
I really think that they'll be around longer, but it will just be less relevant.
Yeah, I think people won't care about them anymore at all.
Just be this weird like secondary group that still uses them. Anyways, we're gonna go to a debate. It went so well the first time. We're gonna do a new one.
Yeah.
This time it's gonna be between Ryan and Benson.
Yeah.
So are you guys excited for your first involvement in
Well, it's not
battling?
our first involvement. It's the first time we've debated.
Well, no, but that's a different side of the fence. You know, you're not
Well, it's
Jim Lair
completely
this time
different,
on
yeah.
this hour. You're
Okay.
on the
completely
other
different.
side.
But
So you have a bunch of topics. We got a bunch of them from people emailed, and did you write any for us?
We
we
did
got a
we did 2 of our own and 3
three.
from
Okay.
emails. So the first one,
So
which was
first, Michael's moderating, and I'm going to be the judge.
right.
Okay, so we have
sorry.
to
Yeah.
tailor our answers for you, Alex.
Yes.
Yeah. See, you know how to.
I know how to
debate.
play it.
Yes. See if you're in the
You
Reagan
don't know how to
library.
judge, though.
You're in the
no,
Reagan-
he doesn't know how to judge at all.
So
Worst judge I've ever seen of anything.
the first one was actually by Alex, and it was tipping servers. So someone has to
Versus not tipping.
versus not tipping
Not
servers.
tipping servers.
So
Which
which
way
one
you
do
go?
you take?
Tipping servers.
Yeah, so giving servers a tip.
Oh, tipping. Okay, waiters. I was
Yeah.
like, computer
Yeah.
server?
Yeah,
Tipping?
sorry.
That's what I
That
thought.
was some kind of
Waiters.
weird term I had never heard
It's
of.
just
I call
like-
them waiters still.
So one of you goes.
Which is like
goes
supposed to be
first.
old-fashioned, I guess. You're not supposed to call
You want
them
to take
that
this
now.
one first, or should I?
So is that politically incorrect? I'd even know
I think
that.
you're supposed to call them servers now. Yeah.
They're food whores.
Food
I was
whores.
one for 10 years. So
Yeah.
Food whore.
I'm gonna go for not tipping servers.
Okay. Go ahead.
I'm starting.
Yeah.
All right. Quentin Tarantino didn't tip servers in Reservoir Dogs, which is by far his best movie, and so if he doesn't have to do it, then neither do I.
I thought he did. It
Oh
was
wait,
just-
no, that was Steve Buscemi.
Yes.
But Steve Buscemi's awesome, and that movie's still awesome. So you know what? I'm sticking with it.
Okay.
You got to tip servers because you got to stimulate the economy. In this rough time, people need money in order to spend on big screen TVs, and you need to give them that money to spend on the big screen TVs.
Big screen, okay.
And, well, actually, if it's servers, you should have said drugs.
Oh, okay.
But yes.
Well, yeah.
Then you
My
get your
closing
rebuttal.
argument.
Yeah.
In these tough economic times, it's difficult to get the right nutrients through food. So if you allow people to spit into your food, you're actually getting more nutrients. So if you don't tip them, the chances of them spitting in your food are going to be higher. You'll get a little bit more than what you'd normally get.
But how are you supposed to watch Reservoir Dogs if you don't have a big screen TV? You need to tip them so they can buy the TV
There's
and
the
watch
exact
Reservoir
movie you
Dogs.
don't need one for. So my argument goes for Benson.
Okay,
One
so
for him.
one for Benson. Okay. So the second one is South Park versus Family Guy.
Ryan, you pick first.
I'm going to have to go with Family Guy. I mean, it's just so witty. You know, they recycle the same jokes because people want to hear them all the time. I mean, the fucking peanut butter jelly time. I mean, who doesn't love that? I mean, seriously, the dog just goes back and forth.
I love peanut butter jelly time.
And it's so funny, man. I mean, look at that dog.
Yeah,
He's talking.
chicken fight.
Yeah, the chicken fight. That
Hey,
chicken been like
moderator.
4
Yeah, sorry.
seasons.
Moderate yourself.
Yeah, I know, right?
Feeding him answers.
This is it. My turn?
Yeah.
South Park isn't Family Guy.
It's a good argument.
Okay, closing arguments.
Well, see, the reason South Park or the reason Family Guy is so great is because there's Seth Green writes himself in as the dog, and I mean, self-insert fan fictions are some of the best things you can ever read on the internet. So,
I gotta say, I love self-inserted fan fiction. So.
Oh no, he gets. What's your counter argument? What's your closing
Oh, I
argument?
get a closing one?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't need a closing argument.
I
I made
was
my
honestly
point.
hoping. I was hoping you would just repeat the same thing.
Well,
honestly.
that is my point. That's the only one I got.
Okay, so the third one is communism versus capitalism. This isn't too one-sided for me, at least. I don't know.
I'm going to go with communism because I love the idea of everyone working together. And also, the coolest bad guys in all movies are always Russians.
That's true.
And you know what? all the Russians, like, Russian bad guys are always the neatest. Like, they make, like, they always make these weird scenarios for the protagonists in the movie. And they have to, like, try to get out of it, you know? And they never just kill them and stuff. Like, that's a very Russian communist thing to do.
What are we arguing for again?
I don't know. I like Russians mainly. So
Okay, and your argument.
If we didn't have capitalism, we wouldn't have the iPhone 4.
Closing.
That's a pretty good
I'm
phone.
gonna say if we didn't have capitalism, we wouldn't have the iPhone 4. That's my
Damn.
Point for Benson.
Okay, I'm gonna do something here as moderator that's bending the rules. I'm going to pick what Ryan has to do. Okay.
Okay.
Top 40 radio. I want you to argue for Top 40 radio.
I don't know if I can do this. Top 40 radio is important because if we didn't have the Top 40 radio, what would you listen to on your 5 o'clock drive back from work in rush hour traffic? I mean, you would have to listen to something culturally innovative like jazz or classical or maybe even blues or something. But no, you have all these pop music, which is, to get you in the mood for Friday, we're going to have a good time or something. It's great music. I don't know any of the Top 40
All the
radio.
hip cats.
All that.
without top 40 radio. See, the problem is that, well, one, in rebuttal to your statement, I would just listen to Led Zeppelin on the ride home and not want to kill myself. More importantly, I've had to hear the song E.T. by Katy Perry at least a good 30 times now, due solely to Top 40 radio. So that's enough of a reason for me to hate it.
Top 40 radio has sexy artists like Katy Perry.
She has
Okay.
big boobs.
She does have big
So
tits.
who are you gonna go for in this?
I'm going to say, well, I got to give this one to Ryan because
Then we have the
his-
fifth one.
His
Benson didn't even try,
His arguing was
so-
much better. I don't have any.
He didn't try.
I don't
It's
even
all about
care.
the hep cats.
What do I need to prove? It's Top 40 radio.
Okay,
I don't
so-
fucking care.
The final one: Jim Carrey's career versus Eddie Murphy's career. Discuss.
I'm gonna take. How do you pick this? I'm gonna take Eddie Murphy because here's the thing about Eddie Murphy. Eddie Murphy started out with a good career, and it went slowly downhill to the point where now his career is. It didn't really go slowly downhill. It went exponentially downhill. It got a little bit worse, then a lot worse.
Then dropped
and then
off.
Way, way worse. So I'm going to say that having at any point a good career is better than never having any good career at all.
I'm going with Jim Carrey because he's consistently shitty.
Yeah.
People like consistency.
People do like consistency. I'm going to say though that I would rather watch Coming to America and Norbit than watch two Jim Carrey movies because at least I'd get an hour and a
But there's
half.
Ace Ventura and Ace Ventura, too.
Ace Ventura
At least
Jr.
I'd get an hour and a half of Coming to America before I have to watch Norbit. With Jim Carrey, I get nothing.
Oh man.
So I have a story to tell for this that decides the winner. I was in a Blockbuster that doesn't exist anymore about a year ago, and there was these two kids. One was like 5, one was like 7 years old. They were brothers, obviously. And the one kid says to the older brother, he's like, "Who's your favorite actor?" And the kid says, "Eddie Murphy." I was like, "Are you what?" It's like 2010. And then the other kid says, "Yeah, me too." I was like, "Oh my god!"
Are they white?
No, yeah, I mean they're white. Yeah, one of my saying. So I'm going to give it to Eddie Murphy. Somehow kids like him.
Yeah.
He wasn't Meat
time
Dave.
in his career.
So that's it for the debate?
Yeah.
That means I won?
You won.
I won, yeah!
Another game for Milo!
Ben's
Milo.
I don't win. You know.
So, moving on to the
just
next
went.
topic.
Yeah, so next topic is Alex is going to do a Teach Me while he plays this very
So
tense game of
my teach me is on
something.
ping pong, also known as table tennis, which is the official word for it.
Table tennis.
They call it ping pong because they like to make fun of Asians. So,
Hey, Shaq
so
is
the
a great guy.
part of ping pong, I'm gonna
fun of Asians.
The part of ping pong I'm going to talk about
doesn't,
is
am I right?
when you play ping pong with people, they like say, no, you have to do this. No, you have to do this, like with the rules. So I got the fucking official rules here.
Only one hand.
So I'm tired of this shit happening. Also, Michael does one of these things, so I'm going to change it so now we never have to do this when we play ping pong again. So, let's talk about the service in ping pong. During the service shall start with the ball resting freely in the open palm of the hand. Okay, now this is the only one that people never abide by because it's ridiculous that you actually have to do
cup
this.
the ball, basically.
So you hold the ball in your hand, and then you have to actually, it says, the server shall then project the ball nearly vertically upwards without impacting spin so that it rises at least 16 centimeters. After leaving the palm of the free hand, then the ball falls without touching anything before being struck. So that's supposed to just hold your hand without moving, throw it up in the air, and then hit it with your paddle. So you can't get like a running start and like pound it.
Has a person ever, like, you ever seen someone consistently do that every time and like enforce it?
Well, pros.
You
That's
can't
it.
go on that row.
Yeah, you can.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can. You just can't. It has to be full. And
I see.
so the other one is that one. If you want to enforce that, if you're like crazy serious, you're being a douchebag. But whatever, go ahead, go for it.
A lot of the thing though is a lot of people like have the ball cupped next to the paddle and try to spin it on the serve.
Yeah, that's
that's illegal.
Like I said, you get a good running start and you like whack it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of rigged. But the other one is, you know how there's a line in the middle of the table.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're playing singles, just 1 versus 1, you do not have to hit it from one end to the other. You can
That's
hit it
what I made a
anywhere.
mistake
Yeah, you can
of.
hit it anywhere you want. The only point of that thing is in doubles. That's when you have to hit it actually on the same side, not even across.
Oh,
You're supposed to hit
okay.
it on the right to the right, and then that's person's. Then you're supposed to back up for the next doubles person to hit it. But with
cares?
doubles, who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
People are terrible when they're
We don't
serving.
play
Is
double
this,
ping pong.
this is serving?
Yeah, this is for serving.
You don't have to hit it on the opposite
No,
side.
you can
you
just
know,
hit it
I
anywhere.
always thought that, and you guys always told me I was wrong. Because
Well-
I would hit it, and you'd be like, no, that's wrong. Like, no, you could do that. And I saw people do it professionally. So fuck you guys. I was right the whole
That's
time.
what I'm saying. Anytime I've ever played anyone, that's what I've always been told. So that's not a fucking rule. So you can hit it anywhere you want.
Okay.
So also, let's see. So a let. That's when pretty much nothing happens at all. It's a mulligan. When you serve the ball, it hits the net on the serve and goes over the net.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't get a point. Nothing happens. They just reserve. Also, another way that there could be a let is if you actually do a legit serve. When it lands on the other side, it actually bounces backwards towards you. That's a let instantly. If
That's
your
like the
if your
most
spin is
insane
so
backspin
If
of
your
all
spin
time.
is so goddamn good, that's called a let. I'm like,
That should be a point.
The Olympics want to be fun because
It should be like 3 points. That should be a 3-pointer.
that was the one I saw that I was like, that's kind of bullshit. So, don't got much else to talk about ping
Okay,
pong.
let's ask some
What is the scoring
questions.
system? Did you learn any of the scoring system?
Oh, the scoring system is. I mean, people sometimes play at 21 points. It's always been 11 points.
11 points, is it like set to 5, then switches serves?
It's 11 points. Yeah, it's someone serves 5 in a row, the next person serves 5, and you have to win by 2, so it can't be 11 to 10. So you get 2 points over. 21 just takes too fucking long. It's not volleyball rules where in order to get a point you have to serve.
Yeah, it's whoever gets the point.
People used to tell me that when I was a kid, and I was like, no,
No,
fuck
that's
you.
not. Yeah.
Yeah, because that makes the game take twice as long.
What would you call the most wrong enforced move in ping pong?
Definitely the one where you have to hit it over the line and serve. Because
Yeah. I've heard other people say it was that way too, and I always thought it wasn't, but I never cared enough to actually go and check.
then again,
so.
I mean, that's also the way we play is we get better serves because we don't fucking throw the ball 16 centimeters in the air.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't really care because now if you could hit anywhere, like doing a crazy fast serve by pounding it up, then it's different. So whatever.
Right.
So it's at least 16. You can throw it way higher than that if you wanted to, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So you could just throw it over your head and like tennis serve that shit.
You're not allowed. I think you're not allowed to move your feet though. That's the only thing.
That's fine.
Well, tennis serve doesn't work because it has to bounce on your side,
yeah,
then their
it's
side.
on your side.
I mean, you could bounce it super high and then
Maybe
bounce
if
it on
you're
their side.
if you're outdoors, maybe it might work. If the person is like just can't see because of the sun.
So, like, I looked up some of like the famous table tennis players. They're like almost all Chinese
Yeah.
or Swedish. For some reason, Sweden's
Weird.
really good. I think it's because they're just too fucking cold to play any sports outside. They're like, let's play inside. Well, it's obvious why almost all Chinese are good at sports that require wrist movements and stuff like that. It's probably because the type of characters they have to write out. So
Is that like
I'm serious.
scientifically?
It has to be true. I mean, just
It's interesting.
badminton.
They are good at badminton. I've
Stuff
seen
like that.
some videos of that. They're crazy.
They're kind of good at fencing. They're pretty good at that. But like track and field, they're just non-existent. So
Well, they're also short.
Yeah, that doesn't help
so that
either.
doesn't help in running.
good in gymnastics. They're good at that. So some of them. So
Okay, so what are your questions on ping pong / table tennis? Anybody got?
I just asked one.
Oh yeah. Do you have anything?
Did you want a ping pong table?
do I want one? Of course. Who the fuck?
I had one.
Question.
Fucking bullshit. I guess I would ask. There's a new club in LA by Susan Sarandon, and it is a ping pong themed nightclub where everyone goes, and it's like this hot club where people can play ping pong.
So people just spill their drinks over the table and gets all
Yeah,
warped.
yeah. I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts on this?
Like I just said.
Would you be cool about going to a club if it had ping pong theme? I mean, you're still paying a cover.
I would
but
actually want to
you-
see if I could get the Chinese Olympic team in
Why?
there. to
Why
just
is
play
Susan
ping pong.
Sarandon running this?
She loves ping pong.
How often do
She
you
probably
think?
doesn't have a good marriage. She's married to Tim Robbins.
How often do you think like massive beer pong games break out? Though?
No, they probably have like Chinese people like watching over.
Yeah, to make
Like, they-
sure.
No.
No
They
Beirut.
can't even allow drinks
No,
near that because
no
the second they drip a drink on there, man, it's fuck. So you can't drink while playing. So it's kind of like,
Yeah, it's not like billiards or anything. Just put your drink
So,
down.
yeah. But anyways, Mike is the next Teach Me, and for him, I got Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves, that's a good
Did
one.
you pick that
Whoa.
randomly, or was that just like?
I clicked on random for like 200, and I got some actors, and I'm like, no, I'm just gonna pick Keanu.
So are you?
Oh.
Shut up. Are you doing your 9/11?
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm distracted by this game. That
You're
keeps
supposed to
going.
be hosting here.
Yeah.
You're doing a terrible job.
Well, he was just finishing his fucking Teach Me.
Okay, moving
so-
on. Let's go.
Anyways, I'm going to talk about 9/11, but I'm not
Why are
going
we
to
talking about 9/11?
because I can't avoid 9/11. It's everywhere. I saw
because John Ritter died today.
I seriously watched. It's Sunday today. I watched a football ad for Budweiser about 9/11. Like, really? Anyways, it's not about that though. What this is about is how people mourn 9/11, and I've always had a problem with how they dealt with mourning 9/11. You know, and just from my own life, I went to school in New York City during 9/11, and when it happened, I was shocked by it, but I took a step back and thought how fortunate I was that I didn't know anyone that was in the tragedy. But then I noticed that I went on to IM later that day, and all these people I never talked to in school were like, "Were you there? What happened?" You know, like
They wanted to know
"Huh."
someone.
Yeah, I realized that people were almost disappointed I hadn't been there. They wanted to be connected to it.
right. They want to know someone who died in it or something.
And so coming back to it 10 years later, I was curious to see if the same behavior of trying to relate the negative effects of 9/11 was still occurring, you know?
Right.
So I'm going to start off with the easy targets and move on. So first I'm going to start with religious zealots because, you know, they're always crazy.
You didn't tell me the order, so you're gonna have to tell me which one.
It's 9/11 1 through 4. So,
I didn't get them in that. That's not what they were named for me.
oh, they weren't? Oh, okay. Well, then it's going to be 9/11 religion 1.
Okay. I
Yeah,
had that.
sorry. But this is, just to set this up, Michael Bloomberg wants to ban religious overtones in the ceremony. And this has pissed some people off, so let's play the first clip.
Right. Due to an oversight, I forgot to mix these, so bear with me with the audio while I fix it.
The controversy is heating up over New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg's decision to exclude clergy and religious prayer at the 9/11 commemoration. Yesterday, a group of pastors, council members, and representatives from conservative national organizations gathered on the steps of City Hall to remind the mayor that faith is the foundation of America's strength and that his decision is, quote, offensive.
Wow.
Okay. I know it sounds ridiculous, but let's see what they have to say. So just play the second one.
2. All
Yeah.
right.
Before Todd Beamer's now iconic last words, "Let's roll," he recited the Lord's Prayer. But there is no room for this
How do you
prayer
know that?
or any prayer at Mayor Bloomberg's event.
So, the foundation of America is our faith.
I just want to say, she doesn't talk about the victims at all.
No.
She mentions a victim, but she doesn't really actually talk about the victims. And this is because she's relating it to herself. She's saying, my religion isn't allowed to be at this event. Yeah. This is affecting my 9/11
wait, hold on.
negatively.
So if there's no prayer, I mean, they want prayer actually, you know, at the ceremony. So is there like, can we have some Islamic prayer there? Is that allowed?
No, they don't care about that.
No.
Yeah. No.
And, you know, I agree.
I know there's freedom of religion, but
But
We need to get that as a sound clip.
So let's look at more individual examples. There's no clips for this one, but they had this thing on CNN. I'll have a link in the show notes of portraits of people or Americans 10 years later, right?
right.
Oh, fuck. Broke the Jenga tower and fell down.
Luckily, that didn't turn off the mixer. It landed right on the buttons. That would be terrible.
So Ryan lost at Jenga.
Okay. I don't know why we were playing that the whole
Yeah.
episode, but anyways. You did. You chose poorly. So, anyways, I really recommend people look at this link, but they have two portraits. One is portrait one. This guy actually wears, he's a trucker in Iowa. Okay, in Iowa.
Right.
He wears dog tags. Trucker Richard Placencia of Garrison, Iowa, watched the Twin Towers fall from a bridge outside of New York City. So now he wears dog tags in case he dies in a terrorist event on his truck. That, again, okay.
does he not have a wallet in his pocket?
I don't know.
You know, it's funny because people say that the drugs have won the drug war. Well, the terrorists have won the war on terror.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're scared enough when you wear dog tags in case you're just going to be somehow immolated enough where they can't recognize you by tooth fragments,
Yeah.
they've won. I mean,
So here's the other guy. This guy's also from Iowa. Iowa's not showing themselves very good in this article. This is another trucker, Johnny Burns. Now, I tell you, I'm a bigot. I hate stupid, and when you come over here and mess with my people, that's stupid. I've got a mistrust of foreigners. I don't like them. This is in CNN, by the way. How dare they come over here and attack my country and kill my people? I just want to point something out.
how dare we go over there?
Okay, so even before 9/11, we were in Vietnam, Panama, lots of places. Afterwards, we've been everywhere. We killed tons of civilians, unprovoked. It's just whatever. But the biggest thing about this is both these people are looking at this event and relating it to themselves. They live half a country away from where it happened. They live in small towns where there's no real terrorist targets that exist unless they want to burn Monsanto fields.
Please.
Yeah, so, I mean,
That wouldn't
really,
be so bad.
they relate it to themselves. They become self-involved people, and they relate the tragedy to themselves, which is horrible. So next I'm going to go to the media real quick.
They've been doing a great job.
I don't know if any of you guys saw this clip, but this is probably the best clip I've seen all year. So Joe Scarborough from Morning Joe on MSNBC, he's a former Republican House of Representatives official. He decided to write a special song called Reason to Believe.
Oh, no.
So let's get a reason to believe.
All right.
I think you know which clip it is.
Yes.
A lie once knew came tumbling down. Now that face on a wall is a ghost in the hall of a place where he never comes round.
What? What are they even talking about?
Okay. Everyone needs to watch this video because it is pure propaganda. It has soldiers all over it, and it shows how America is exceptional because when a soldier comes home, his dad's happy that he comes home. Only Americans do that.
Yeah,
At least that's what the video shows, because they show a bunch of soldiers coming back and not the ones there in coffins. But again, the reason why Joe Scarborough does this is because he's in the media and he wants to go, and he's a Republican. He wants to show American exceptionalism. Yeah. So he takes this event and he actually puts a positive spin on it and goes, "Oh well, it's great because it shows how great this country can be."
Oh, we have a great military.
Yeah. So, and he just ignores everything else.
Yeah.
So the last one is our politicians. These are the people that actually can affect things, not, trucker guy with dog tags. And this is an interview from CNN and Time. This is Dick Cheney talking about 9/11. Now, you think that he would learn a lot of lessons in hindsight, 2020 hindsight, of how he dealt with that tragedy.
Yeah, but
you would
investing
think.
in Halliburton.
You would think. So let's hear what he has to say.
Not everybody agreed that was the right way to go. The President and I felt very strongly it was, and took the necessary steps to make it happen. War is a costly and terrible thing.
This is
But I think we did basically the right thing. As I review it now and think back on it, I think it was exactly the right thing to do.
okay.
Right thing to do.
So our debt went from 5.8 trillion at the beginning of Bush's term to after his 2 terms 11.9 trillion.
Yeah.
Mostly due to the creation of Homeland Security, our budget for defense going up 81%, and that doesn't include the CIA, the NSA.
Yeah, because those are all black box sort of stuff.
Yeah, and that's also outside the scope of defense budget. This caused the housing bubble. It caused all these things. But he does not care. He
thought it was right.
He thought it was right. And you know why? Because he screwed up. His administration allowed a terrorist attack to occur, and his reaction had to be very swift. You know, they had to be very brutal because basically that terrorist attack made them look bad. It made them look soft.
Knee-jerk reactions are the best.
Yes. So the way he dealt with mourning 9/11 is by killing lots of civilians. So, and he's the only one that can actually affect policy. I mean, Joe Scarborough can a little bit. So all I'm saying here is that people with 9/11, they do not care about the victims of 9/11 for the most part. A lot of people, on a micro level, a lot of people do. On a macro level, they don't. They care about what they can get out of 9/11. All these people are getting something out of 9/11. Even the crazy dude with the dog tags on, it gives him a sense of American pride.
Yeah.
The truck driver that hates the foreigners, it gives him a reason to hate foreigners. Great. The religious people, it allows them to have a voice, a soapbox at this major event. You know, all these people get benefits from this tragedy. And that's why most people that do talk about 9/11 are complete assholes.
Like you.
Yes, that's true. And we played Jenga during it, so that was good.
I don't know. Every time I think about 9/11, I just think like, God,
No one
more
cares what you
9/11
think.
shit. I just remember when it first happened. And I was like, oh, it's kind of shitty. And then I watched football like the next day. I was like, oh my God, more America,
Dude.
please, holy shit.
Dude, you don't even know. You didn't watch football yet today.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, well, we
fucking
can
travesty.
save that for a little bit because
Yeah,
that's coming up anyway. So
that's true.
um,
Yeah, so
we're ahead of schedule here.
yeah, I was.
Jenga didn't take as long.
Well, that's fine. Well, we'll just go to the next segment. I mean, I guess you guys probably don't have anything to say. Do you have anything to say about 9/11?
One of the things, actually, that's kind of, like I was saying before, the terrorists have won, the fact that everyone's terrified of stuff. It's like people, they're so paranoid about the fact that there's going to be a terrorist attack, they don't think properly. I mean, you know, what was it, almost 3,000 people died on September 11th, something like that?
Yeah.
That's like, I don't know, I'm making the statistic up, but it's probably like a week's of traffic accidents in like a major city. I don't know.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, when shit happens, like, for example, 2 days ago, there was a power outage in the southwest United States. It affected some of Arizona, parts of California.
Yeah.
Okay. I remember reading an article afterwards that people thought it was a terrorist attack because the power went out.
Because it's around 9/11 too.
Yeah.
So everything's
yeah.
related.
So it's
to
like,
that.
for example, another one is there was an earthquake in the East Coast. I don't know, it was 2 months ago, something like that, in Boston, New York area and stuff. People thought it was a terrorist
What has
attack.
to happen for you guys to think it's a terrorist attack? An
Well,
explosion? That's like the only thing.
Well, here's the thing. It's like,
I
why
almost never
can't
believe
why
it's
can't
a-
they apply Occam's razor to this? I mean, the ground moves, it's probably an earthquake.
How
No, it's a
often-
HARP array.
If the light goes out, it's probably
How
a power
often
outage.
do you see
mean,
people apply that to
Never.
real life?
Never.
If it's
That doesn't
Moonanites,
matter.
it's bombers.
Yeah,
You're-
Moon Knight's thing's a great example.
You're assuming that's a 9/11 thing.
Well, yeah,
though.
no.
That's not a 9/11.
No.
That's a
But
human being thing.
The
which is-
9/11's like a
it's-
multiplier to
well,
the
if
effect.
9/11 didn't happen, it wouldn't be happening.
No. I'm talking about Occam's razor. I'm talking
Yeah,
about applying the simplest answer to something when
Yeah.
99% of the time that's what it is. People don't do that. People don't ever do that.
Well, it's
It
because
doesn't matter
media
if it's
teaches them not to do that.
No, well, that's the ironic thing about it, though, is that people accept what the government tells them, but they don't accept things like that. Like they go,
They
it's
don't
gotta be
accept-
terrorists and stuff.
I
But
don't
it's
know
like,
about that, though. I disagree. The people don't accept the government tells them, look at all those birthers out there and stuff. I mean,
those are a small minority of people.
Yeah.
That's a small minority.
It's still-
Silent
people do.
majority.
Silent majority.
silent majority.
It's true. I mean, whether people say or not, I mean, that does exist. Most people don't think that 9/11 was a conspiracy.
I just,
Neither do I,
I think
but-
I heard that it's 30 times
That's
more
stupid.
likely that you would get electrocuted by a lightning bolt than
Killing
yeah.
Yes,
killing
it's
terrorists.
But people
actually.
are
I
still
think
paranoid
it's more
about
than
it.
that.
More than
I
30
think it's more
times,
than
yeah.
30 times. Yeah, like that happens to people like yearly. A fair number of people.
So when there's thunder and lightning out, do people start
panic.
bombing civilians and predator drone?
No,
kill-
but, well,
No, they start being prejudiced to people of foreign,
they're
nationalities.
prejudiced against Thor.
no, they usually start driving badly though.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Here.
Thor, get out.
Yeah, get out of my way, Thor. Okay, so 9/11.
Are we done with it?
Yes.
No,
Can we
we're
be
not
done
gonna
with
be
9/11?
No, you know what? We'll be back to it in the 15-year anniversary. It'll pop up.
Yeah.
Or if there's any slow news year, they'll probably bring it up.
Why
Yeah.
is it even years in every 5-year anniversary? Who cares? Why do we celebrate the 13th year anniversary of 9/11?
No, because
arbitrary.
it's an arbitrary thing, but it's because we have a base 10 number system. That's really the only reason for it.
Well, 25, the silver anniversary, is a big one too. Usually.
Yeah,
they
but
get
that's
diamonds or
still base 10 number system. It's a quarter
It's
of
true.
the 100.
Yeah.
That is the reason.
Okay. Well, I think we've talked enough about that.
Yeah, can we be done with this?
So,
For another 10 minutes.
top 3 movies.
All right.
It was an interesting week.
we fucked this all up, didn't we?
Bucky Larson, born to be a
Oh
star.
my God, he can't stop talking about Bucky Larson.
He can't stop. Yeah, I know. For someone who says he thinks it's going to be, or that it's
Bucky
that fucking
Larson
bad,
did
he seems to
9/11.
love it a lot because he keeps talking about it.
All right, so top 3 movies last week we got Contagion, number 1, 23
Okay.
million. The Help, number 2,
this
8.7
up.
million, and Warrior, number 3, 5.6 million.
Warrior bombed.
Yeah,
Warrior
I thought I
bombed.
was gonna do
Yeah.
better.
So
I think I got 0, didn't I?
no, you got them all right.
I did?
Yeah.
What? Wow, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I don't.
I never remember anything I did.
So Benson went 3-0. Me and Mike went 1-2, and Ryan went 0-3.
Yeah,
Okay.
fuck that
So
up.
that puts Benson in the lead.
Damn, I'm a pro
second.
at this
Ryan's third. Yeah, I thought I got them all wrong.
That's because I'm stupid. I don't even know, and I still thought I got them wrong, and I got them all right. I don't
Broken
even know
clock
how.
is right twice a day.
And Bucky Larson made 1.2 million.
So did you guys see any of those movies? No.
I saw a lot of. They put
no.
up the advertising for Contagion recently. I've
That's
seen
what
a
they
lot
need to
more.
do to beat the
Yeah.
Help. I mean, I just need some fucking marketing on it.
I'll end up watching Contagion because I've heard it's not that bad. Like it's like
You love Lawrence Fishburne.
no, I don't. But I do love Matt Damon. No, I've heard it's actually not bad, so I'll probably end up watching it, but not anytime real soon. So
Yeah.
I do want to watch Drive, which is coming out soon.
Yeah, I
that
wanna
looks
see
awesome.
that.
I think that looks great.
Upcoming movies. Drive.
Which one
Yeah.
is that?
Drive stars Ryan Gosling, and it's about a guy who apparently he's a wheelman like at night, and
Yeah.
during the day I think he's like I don't know, taxi driver or some shit.
He's like an amateur race driver.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
some job like that. Yeah, but at night he's like a wheelman, like a criminal wheelman or whatever, and someone finds out who he is or whatever, and now he's in trouble.
Like that game with Vin Diesel. That video
Yeah.
game. That didn't do so well.
So some other movies: Straw Dogs, Kate Bosworth, James Marsden.
Yeah, I don't know how it's gonna.
The other
go.
one I saw, which kind of pissed me off. I don't know how she does it. Starring
Oh.
Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, that
This is the
looks
synopsis I read.
horrible.
Sarah Jessica Parker has a full-time job as a marketing person.
Sex in the City.
Also, she goes home to her family and helps her family. And the cover shows a picture of her in the back. Says like, bills, driving, all these things that she has to do during the day. Welcome to life.
Yeah, welcome to.
How does she do it? Oh my god!
My
No.
agent isn't here.
There is one of the most sexist jokes in that trailer. They go, and it could be taken in 2 ways. There is her boss and her, and she goes. They go, how do you handle having 2 kids? And the boss goes, well, I have 4, and I don't run around like you do, basically. So what does that mean? Does that mean that she's a dumb shit, or
She's
does
a
that mean
terrible
that
mother.
he just doesn't pay attention and like guys are bad with kids and don't have to do anything?
Probably guys are bad. That's probably the
I think
intention.
so.
Because
So,
that's,
well, the
that's
market for this movie is women, right? So
It's Sarah
yeah.
Jessica Parker. Hello?
Yeah, anyone.
No guy wants to see her. Sorry.
Horse.
horse. Play a game of horse.
why the long face?
Matthew Broderick is crying right now.
So, but the other thing I hate in that trailer is she's married or she's in a serious relationship. I don't know what, but then Pierce Brosnan shows up and she's obviously got like a huge erection for like a clit erection for her.
Like a horse-sized
for-
erection.
Yeah, like a horse. Yeah, and a large clitoris
Oh my god.
erected. Ugh.
Some bestiality coming up now.
Hey, you know, it's all
So
horse
is
talk.
that it? Just Drive, that other movie, and Sarah Jessica Parker?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
So I'm going to pick mine.
I gotta pick mine too. I don't.
Just write them on your laptop. Doesn't matter. We're all to the point where I don't think we're cheating. Who cares?
Yeah. I'm gonna take a risk on this.
Taking a risk.
3. I don't know what 3 is. It was the Suits, the Straw Dogs,
Suits?
or not Suits. What was
Drive, Straw Dogs. I don't know how she
that? I
does
don't
it.
know how she does it. Whatever.
Is that movie like even big?
I don't.
I don't think that
think
movie's
so.
gonna.
I'm
do
going
well.
on 3 this week.
Here, if you think you're going to go on 3,
Whatever.
just pick movies from last week. That's
Yeah.
what you do.
Okay, so I picked number 1, Drive, and I think that's going to be a combination of the fact that the box office isn't very good right now, and that movie actually looks good.
Yeah.
Number 2, Contagion. Number 3 is tough. I picked Straw Dogs just because Sarah Jessica Parker does dog shit in The Office. She never makes any money except for Sex and the City.
I did the same, except I did pick. I don't know how she does it.
As
for
number 3.
Yeah.
I
It's not
got
the
a
worst choice.
Drive, Contagion, Warrior.
Oh, Warrior's done.
Yeah.
That movie did so bad opening week. I don't think that's going to be on
No,
there.
Bucky Larson will be number 1.
it's gonna pick up after.
Bucky Larson goes number 1.
There's no reason to live anymore.
Yeah.
I picked Contagion, Drive, Help.
That's a
That's
good
not
one.
a bad one either because
sticking with Help.
Help has really been.
But it made $6 million this weekend. Was number 3. So I mean, did it do that
No, it
much
made $8
worse?
million.
It made $8 million. I thought it made
8.7
6.
million, number
But it
2.
could have made 6 and still been number 2.
Yeah.
Right?
So, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, well, you don't know.
it's not
Maybe.
a good week.
But
I'm just going to pick Help, but it's not there. I'm tired of this fucking movie. So
All right.
you guys actually going to see Drive or what?
I want to see Drive.
I'm thinking about going to see
stars
it.
in that one again?
Yeah. Ryan Gosling from The Notebook.
That's
been
unfair.
a-
He's in Half Nelson, Lars and the Real Girl. He's
Well,
been in a bunch of
dude,
good
I'm not even
movies.
shitting on him for The Notebook because he's not a bad actor. Not even that movie's not bad. Just that movie's
He's not in
awful.
any like big blockbuster movies, so
No, he's good.
What about
He's
that one with Anthony Hopkins? What was that called? Do you remember
I think I saw that.
Beowulf,
Beowulf, that was it.
Beowulf.
That was
Thor.
Thor.
He's good. I think he's good.
When's the last time Anthony Hopkins was in a good movie?
Oh man,
Citation needed. I don't know. It's been a while.
yeah,
Mission Impossible 2. Okay.
yeah, that was a good one.
He was in that, wasn't he?
Oh
Holy
yeah,
shit.
Oh yeah, he was in the first one also, wasn't he?
No,
No.
Really? I thought he was
No.
in the first one.
that was John Voight.
Oh,
The second one was so bad.
Let's go making a fourth one.
Yep, they
All right.
are.
Top
Yeah,
5.
So, top 5.
We can talk about this for a long time, guys. So
Yeah. So, Al Jazeera Football. That's what I named it. Al Jazeera Football. So what happened was this reporter's doing like what it is talk to people of all walks of life about the wide-ranging impact of 9/11 on American life.
Okay.
So, Arab Station or Arab Brand Station doing this interest piece, basically. So, he went to a high school game in Texas, and he asked for permission to film. And the principal ran off and got the superintendent. Superintendent walked up to him and went, "I think it was damn rotten what they did." And the reporter understandably went, "I am sorry, who did?" The people that did this to us. So basically, he's just straight up calling this guy who doesn't even look that Arab, honestly. Like, you wouldn't know unless they told you, hey, this is Al Jazeera.
Right.
They basically blaming him for 9/11. Like, it's your fault.
Yeah.
This is probably a doctorate. Superintendent's either a master or doctorate, calling this dude a piece of shit right in front of his face in a
just
terrorist.
because you have knowledge of a specific subject doesn't mean you have any
Yeah.
That's because the guy's
Well,
not,
especially in
legitimate
education.
morals. Legitimate
the
morals
guy's
at
not
all.
allowed to do anything to him.
Well, that's true.
Because the second he did, he'd get arrested and branded a terrorist.
That's true.
So, there you go.
Well, I just wanted to point that out.
Oh no, he's a fucking asshole, but it's just another example of people being completely
Insane.
Well, insane is, I mean, yes, they are insane in a way, but more so, it's that, I hate the word intolerant, because intolerant is like almost kind of like a PC pussy word to use. The term is that, well, one, you're an asshole, but more so, you're just a bigot and you don't understand other cultures at all. You're fucking just...
And the thing is, like,
dumb.
he was reporting for Al Jazeera US. I mean, it's not like he's, for some crazy Pakistani news service or something. I mean, Al Jazeera is a global company. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's huge.
So it's like, he's just doing a fucking filming piece on some people playing fucking... I mean,
But he's brown.
But the thing I don't even understand though is
the
why would the
problem.
superintendent say this and then make his whole place look bad and racist?
Because this person's such a megalomaniac that they don't understand that they're even saying something bad.
It's true.
As a superintendent,
That's
you're almost
exactly
never
what it is.
challenged.
Yeah.
So
That's
you
exactly.
think you
But I
can
mean,
say
like,
that.
what?
That is the example.
He
of
thinks it's
ignorance,
normal
though,
to
is
say
that-
what he's saying.
Yeah, it's ignorant.
Because it is pretty much in that area.
Sadly, yeah.
It's depressing.
Pretty cool.
So, it's the start of the football season. So, number 4, we're going to get to hear lots of random football stats. So, give us some random football stats,
This is
Alex.
shit that really pisses me off. When they have nothing to talk about in games,
Which is all the
Troy
time.
Aikman, Joe Buck,
Any time.
they just give out the most random football stat. I don't know who the guy is that comes up with
They
these
got a bunch
things.
of interns slaving over some
But like
numbers.
here's like a little one. Coaches wearing suits are 15 and 20 in the NFL.
What?
Okay, yeah.
Because the suit makes all the difference.
Yeah,
to the
because
game.
all the other guys in the team like, damn, that's a nice. Oh shit, just get tackled. Fuck. I don't
Is that
know.
Armani?
Also, like, no one wears suits, so I don't even know how.
Yeah, it's like, don't all the coaches just wear like shitty fucking team jerseys?
The Niners old coach Mike Nolan used to wear a suit. No one really wears suits. Only
That's not like basketball,
It's
yeah.
a basketball thing. The other one is
Why don't they do that same stat in basketball?
Here, I want you to
Because the
say,
stats are
be
conclusive.
500.
I want you to say the other one like a sports announcer.
the other one. All right. When throwing into the wind in the fourth quarter, Tom Brady is 10-2. Unfortunately, the wind is with him, so it's not a good sign. Even though it would be. What? Those are the type of things they would say. So those are the exact type of stats. It's always stuff in the fourth quarter too. They love in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they love
because it's
red
getting big.
zone offense in the fourth quarter,
or right
running-
side of the field, left side of the
Yeah.
field, stuff like that.
Totally relevant, right?
They also like teams that were like playing hot areas. Like there used to always be a stat for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was in a game under 40 degrees, they're 0-30. They never
love
won a
those.
game.
They
It's the
love
same
those.
with the Packers, though. I mean, the Packers are a cold weather team, and whenever anyone that was warm went up there, they would always dominate because
They're at home in the
Yeah.
Packers.
I want to hear
They-
right hand, left hand statistics.
right hand, left
There
hand
must be
statistics.
thousands of them.
Yes. I mean,
So I think we should make up our own football statistics.
Yeah,
Just
I
random-
agree.
Random football statistics.
Okay. Mine is whenever there is at least 3 people stabbed in your stands, you have a higher probability of having a losing record.
oh, so the Raiders.
Yeah, the Raiders. Or the 49ers. Either
Well,
one.
the Raiders guy stabbed them, so
What-
I want to hear the statistics. I want to hear the statistics for wide receivers, completion percentages based on whether they take an even or odd number of steps before they catch the ball.
You know what?
That's ridiculous.
That actually, there's basically the same stat I've seen with quarterbacks and how many steps
Steps
they
they
go
take back, yeah. It's
Like,
supposed to be like
3
a
step
3
back,
back.
or 5 steps.
That's kind of
That's
random,
more relevant.
but it's more relevant
Yeah.
than the receiver one.
I want to hear, based on if your team is the name of of some kind of fierce cat, whether cat people on the team versus dog people on the team, who has better statistics overall?
What about birds, like falcons and ravens and eagles?
If someone has a bird, I want to see if their statistics are like way higher. If they like birds better than either one, because it's less common. You know.
My random stat is anytime a streaker comes into the field, the team with the ball is going to lose the game.
Whoever has the ball.
These are like some Vegas fucking.
Because the
bets here.
defensive guy's like, I want to tackle that guy so bad in the offense. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's a streaking.
I can't even throw anymore.
That's a female streaker. Then they're like, yeah. That doesn't happen.
They can't
though.
run though because they
No,
have bonus.
it does not.
Okay, I'll throw in a bonus one. Any player that remembers when their birthday is, if they're over 10 years in the league, that gives them a higher probability of succeeding.
Here's a real stat. Okay, if a player does not know the rules of overtime, they will get a tie game. Donovan McNabb does not know the rules of overtime.
I've millions of dollars to just go on the field.
I thought that we just had another overtime.
He's paid to run, not do research. Come on.
God. All right.
So number 3, U.S. Postal Service. I think we all have differing opinions on the U.S. Postal Service. I know Benson has had to experience them quite a bit lately. So do you want to discuss that a little bit? Because that's actually
what are we why are we talking about it?
Well, I'll bring it because he had a different gripe with the U.S. Postal Service.
I thought it was all because they're going bankrupt.
Well, that's the reason I'm going to bring up. But
I have quite a few, but my main one, I mean, I've been using the Postal Service a lot the past few weeks because people actually went into my thread and bought my games so that I could not be completely poor. So I've been sending a lot of stuff through the Postal Service because they're cheaper. They're cheaper than UPS,
Yes.
FedEx. I mean, they're a lot cheaper. But and they've all the packages have gotten there, but I got to say the service at the post office is really terrible. Like it's god awful. They put one person at the counter when there's like a line out the door, and it's like it'll be like this for hours. They'll just let people stand in line for an hour, and there are other people that will come up to the desk and ask them a question and then like walk away from the desk, and it's like. This happens constantly. Like it's seriously worse than the DMV for me because at least at the DMV there's at least a few people working. It's just
You
slow.
can sit in a chair.
Yeah, and you can sit. Can't do that at a post
no,
office.
you can't sit.
And now it's even worse because now they sell like greeting cards and shit everywhere at the post office. And yeah, well, it's working out great, isn't it? Yeah. So you know what would really create revenue for the post office? Making it more convenient and take less time and
It also costs money.
Yeah, well, the amount of money it costs, I think, is a little high. It's gone up in recent years, but I can deal with spending a few extra bucks to send something out. I don't ship stuff that much. I mean, if I'm shipping something to Canada, I expect it to be expensive. That's just how it is. But if it's going to be more expensive, then you better make it less horrible for me to go there.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Like you better make it worth it, and it's not. It's not usually worth it. Like, if I didn't need the money, I wouldn't even bother with it. It's just, like, so annoying to go there.
Well, I think that the Postal Service doesn't have very good service, but also when I go to the UPS store, I still wait 10 or 15 minutes. You just wait in a different way.
Yeah, it's not that bad because they're actually doing shit the whole time.
Yeah.
It's funny, though, the whole argument...
And it costs $40 to send one CD.
Yeah. It's funny, though, with the UPS, though, because, I mean, it's kind of a catch-22 when it comes to them. If they make money, if the Postal Service makes money, then there's like, oh, they're not being efficient. They're charging too much. They're not being efficient enough. Use the private market, to do it. If they lose money, it's like, well, they're not being efficient enough. Use the private. I mean, it's.
And when they do make money, the government just takes their money anyways, which is why they're.
I'm not disagreeing that the Postal Service sucks because they do, but at the same time, I mean, they do offer a service for cheaper than the private market does, and at the same time, I mean. It employs a bunch of people, so.
But guys, they are going to fix it.
Wow.
These are the suggestions by our U.S. Congress. Okay, they're doing their job. Dropping Saturday delivery. By the way, we got our blip check yesterday, which we desperately needed on a Saturday from the U.S. Postal Service. So I kind of don't want that, but fine. 220,000 in layoffs. Okay.
Oh yeah, so the best way to save money.
That's going to make the service both better. And unemployment.
Yeah, I know. What? They keep talking about how much they want to create jobs and then they're going to cut.
Well, that's another catch-22. I want to create jobs and then it costs money. And then it's like, well, it's costing too much money. Cut jobs. It's like,
well, maybe they should cut road crews in Phoenix or something. Things that they're spending.
Though.
It is state. But I'm thinking like they're spending money on bullshit, but then things that actually have...
What, our infrastructure
have
bullshit?
Improvement. Well, yeah.
Removing billions in what the agency says are overpayments to employee pension plans. That's bullshit.
Yes.
That doesn't exist. That number doesn't exist. What they are saying is a lie.
How much did they say it was?
Billions.
Billions? What?
And their pensions are huge.
So if that's not a lie, how ridiculous is that then?
Yeah. I mean, it's... But how do you overpay someone? If you overpay them, then they go, give us our fucking money back. I mean, that's what happens when you're overpaid. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Being allowed to deliver wine and beer. Perfect. That's great. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Please do that.
Of course we're fine with that.
Well, yeah, that's true. But even at the same time, it's like there's not really a reason not to let people do it. Like, I just...
Let's send it to kids. They can open a package and
it's
drink
liquor
some alcohol.
Silly.
Adding options for hand-delivered service of sensitive items, fine. Selling ad space on the sides of trucks, whatever. I don't care.
That's stupid. Well,
That's
who
fine.
cares? Doesn't matter.
But here's the worst one. Becoming last-mile deliverers for UPS and FedEx.
Oh, so the price will double.
The price will go up. We will start paying fees to UPS and FedEx.
Well, yeah, if you use them. If it's got to be lucrative for the postal office because they're going to be paid commission by FedEx and UPS, so
Yeah.
it makes money for them.
So,
I think it's terrible.
is that all of them?
Yeah, that's it.
So what? So if there was no more U.S. Postal Service,
It would
it'd be
suck.
pretty sweet. Because I
don't
wouldn't
know.
get all this fucking garbage shit in the mail, though. I can just pay all my bills online all the time. But then what about people who don't have internet?
Yeah.
No, they're fucked.
Well,
They're
if the
like,
postal
wow.
service wasn't around, then of course the free hand, the market would raise prices everywhere. So.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, and not only that, but they would actually charge the government for doing the service for them,
Yeah.
which they don't talk about.
Yeah.
So they would basically lease it out,
Yeah,
that service,
right.
which is insane.
Outsourcing always saves money.
Yeah, it does. So number 2, we're going to pick 9/11. And number 1, we're going to pick 9/11 coverage.
Yeah.
Because...
The left and the right tower.
Did you hear that Joe Scarborough song? Did you listen? Did you hear that
Don't
shit?
play it again.
No.
God damn it.
That was on a major news network. This was an asshole on TV went, I can put this on and it's okay.
I thought he accidentally played the sushi song.
I really is News Corp.
I don't have that anymore.
Is News Corp
That's
publicly
right.
traded? Because I want to see like what their stock did if they are before and after like the last 2 weeks
Oh, that's
of
a
9/11
great question. Let me
coverage.
look that up real quick while you guys...
Because I
can find
mean, like the media is supposed to. There was a great Onion article. It's like media determines itself to be tactful with 9/11 coverage. And I mean, they've been blasting this shit nonstop for the last month.
So we're talking shit about 9/11 coverage, but we're still talking about 9/11.
Yeah, I know.
I argue with these guys not to do it, but they still want to do it. So.
Who's
really-
these guys?
I really
I
want.
agree
Mike.
with you.
Well, I
He already
thought
wrote
it
a
was
segment
important to
on it,
talk
though.
about.
He was there, so I guess we.
He had already written something on it, so really it's...
Okay, let me get it up here.
More
News Corp
acceptable.
America has gone down.
Really?
Yeah. Well, let me look at the 5-day. Yeah, it's gone down.
They didn't have any X-Men movies come out recently. So.
Yeah, so they've gone down, but
It's surprising.
nah, not really. I mean, they got the whole James Murdoch scandal
yeah.
thing going.
That's
and-
true.
The point about 9/11, the only thing I really want to say about it, because I'm done talking about 9/11 after this. I don't want to hear about it. If I can avoid it, I just do not want to hear about it at all. The only thing I have to say about it is that we've had 10 years to learn to stop hating the wrong people, stop fighting the wrong people, and we still haven't learned it, and we're never going to learn it. So there's no point in grieving about 9/11. There's no point in making a big deal about it,
But
because
Saddam
we did
Hussein-
not learn any lessons from
Saddam
it. We
Hussein
learned
had
nothing.
WMDs.
Yeah, exactly. We learned absolutely nothing.
And I think this is one of the few times where, usually I pretty much purely blame the media, but the media wouldn't put this shit on all the time if people weren't
People eat it
so
up.
interested in
They
it.
eat it up.
The person with the dog tags on, he's really interested in 9/11.
The media isn't the problem. The problem is the people.
Wait,
the
people
people.
are stupid.
No, it's not. It's
They're
not even
scared.
stupidity. It's fear. That's what it is.
Were you guys scared at all? I mean, are people actually scared of
I
this?
lived 15 miles. I mean, it was literally across the bay. I saw the building in smoke, the whole city in smoke, and I was never ever.
Tell us what you were
afraid.
doing.
I was playing Mario 64. Actually, I was playing the clock level, and I made this joke at a dinner with a Mormon couple. I said I will never forget that clock level, and
They did not like
the
that.
non-Mormon husband or would-be husband laughed and then stopped himself when he got a dirty look. So I was pretty happy about that.
Okay, on that note, I think we're done.
Yeah, okay. So, once again, if you want to contact us, podcast@tipping40s.com or 218-666-8407. This has been another edition of the Tipping 40s podcast.
Just read it off.
We'll see you next week.
Don't forget.